Kendrick Lamar GNX type beat. Let's go. I want to set the tempo at like 100, 105 maybe. Want to have like the up tempo, energetic Kendrick Lamar type beat. I know the Morale pack just dropped, which is a bunch of Kendrick sounds. Yes, I want that. But I want the flexibility, so I'm just going to drag in all the sounds from the drum loop instead of the full drum loop. Go down to symphonic. Just going to double check that I'm not missing anything else. Yes. This as an intro going into the other part. Sometimes I like to start tracks by browsing synth loops, finding a foundation or a chord progression or something, and then build from there. So we're going to try to see if we can make that happen. Wait, this, but like we want to do D bass, let's do C minor. Gonna do don't adjust, then I'm gonna go C minor. So that's down 2 semitones. It's a little bit too like squeaky right now. If we get a vocal on this, it would like poke through in the mix too much, I think. Let's try to pitch it down an octave, see where that gets us. Let's find a bass next. Let me go add a new track. I'm gonna go bass in 808. And because we're in the key of C, which is intentional, we get a very deep 808. Oh, some of these 808s are nasty. Oh, wait. It has that like... Okay, let's go. Let me record that in. Maybe the C sharp at the end is off. I actually don't know. Let's go into editor here and I'm gonna quantize to 16th notes. Maybe actually mute this one for now. So it has a lot of tension in between the 808s. So you anticipate the 808s when you have the space between them like that. All right, let's find some like effects. Yeah, that's a dope fill. Oh. Need some like... Yes, just stuff like this in the background. Love the like the bounce of that. It's just slightly offbeat. Let me just go through presets. Sometimes you can find some like strange presets in here that fit on weird like sounds. Okay. Let that be a pro tip. Browse through effects presets on any sound because sometimes you'll get unexpected results that'll turn out to be really cool when you actually try it on. I know this is a vocal reverb preset essentially, but it worked so well on that. Yes, this in the background. I hear a strange resonance. Oh yeah, the drone tone thing. Okay, should be easy to fix. We'll just... That's so strange. All right, so we do this and then here, and then we got the perfect loop. So right now I know the 808 is very distorted, but I kind of feel like it works somehow in the mix. We'll see. Maybe later we'll have to make it fit better with the kick. But for now, it works really well. I want to have like an intro of either like a resampled synth or like something melodic, so you think it's going to be a completely different track, but then we'll flip it into this beat. Let's try to search intro instead, see if we can find something. Wait, is this too like sweet in its chords? Oh. What? That's insane. Let's go. What do I want to do? Effect sweep, riser. Okay, I know exactly what to do now. Sweep, muffle it towards like the... Yeah, honestly, that's hot. Maybe some like effects in the intro as well, but it's almost there to be honest. Maybe that'll work. Just need some like background noise. It's gonna be super low in the mix anyway. I wanna almost have a lead on top of this, because this is just chords and no synth lead. Kinda wanna make it have a, let's see. Something simpler. It sounds so like low quality sample. It's giving a nice texture to the melody, I think. Let's try it. I want to do a little break here. I love what the producers on GNX did, where they have it break down into a different sound, taking the listener a bit by surprise. I love the way in TV Off, for example, that they broke down into a different bass and bass line on a later part of the track. Kind of want to do that here and then drop back into this part. Let me just copy this over like this. And then let me get some of the fills and effects. I want to break it down into a synth bass, like an old school, almost like filtered sounding bass. So I need a bass that has like an old school hip hop Dr. Dre feel. Let's start with that. Maybe we'll change it at a later point. Actually, no need to quantize. I kind of like it being a bit off. On this part, the production I have right now isn't very interesting, but what you hear a lot on Kendrick stuff is that the vocal carries the entire track. So imagine there was a vocal rapping going into this part. It sounds ironically simple, but sometimes that can really work. What I want to try is take the first bass we made and just distort it a bit so it gets... I love having dark reverbs on bass. Just pull the high cut down to like 2 to 5 kilohertz. just to have it be a tiny bit wide and have a little bit of atmosphere. Only thing I want to add here is something that marks the transition. I want to find like an alarm or something. I think with these kind of tracks, it's very important to pay attention to detail in the transition, but also when you eventually get a vocal on, you can readjust things to tailor it more towards the vocals. But what I really think about in this kind of stuff is silence, making for the shift of energy. Because like on a transition like this, for example, I want there to be a vocal or rap that carries the transition and fills in the tiny empty spaces there, or the spaces of silence, so it transitions better and harder. Okay, so all that's left to do now is master it, because I want to export a version of this that I can send to artists. And the way I'm going to do that is just click export, and I'm going to go edit here. And then I'm going to browse through the mastering presets to see what sounds the best. And I may have to readjust my levels in the mix because my 808 and kicks are probably too loud and will just sound super squashed. Okay, so I think the punchy might actually sound best. Firstly, I'm just gonna turn the 808s down a bit and the kick down a bit. So that's it for this quick Kendrick cook-up. Let's hear the final beat. So yeah, that's it for this one. If you want to see me make other beats, maybe in the style of Doechii, Playboi Carti, or Kind of Music, click right here and watch. Really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Catch you in the next one. Peace.